Cheers. Pinche. Whatever.
That was so nasty. I need to get rid of those beers. Ooh.
Not drinking enough on the pot, I guess.
No, they're going sour. Oh, God. Welcome back to another fantabulous episode of Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast. I am your wonderful, dashing co-host, Marcus the Hammer Mary,
And I am.
along with...
And I am Skinny Domestic. Good episode. Gonna be a shorter episode than normal. There's not much to really talk about with football season coming to an end, and college football, NFL, we're in the conference championships. The biggest things are, coaching carousel going on, and then we're gonna talk about some teams that made the playoffs, like what we think they might need going into next year to finally to get over that hump. Clearly, the Eagles team won a Super Bowl, so it's just getting back to the Super Bowl for them, and everybody else is getting to that Super Bowl situation. Let me get it pulled up here. Do you have any news? There's not much. I have.
There is. John Harbaugh was signed as the Giants head coach.
Oh, I was gonna consider that stuff the coaching area when we talk about it later.
So, oh, you don't want to talk about those then?
I mean, we could if you want. I'd had it with my.
Yeah, we can do that then. Let's just okay. Let's do that. No, then no.
Okay. Zach Charbonnet torn ACL, so I think the Seahawks at this point have to re-sign Kenneth Walker.
Not necessarily.
You don't.
Not necessarily.
I mean, they could draft somebody, but that ACL, he's not going to be available for a while. So
you could draft someone. You could also, if you really wanted to, sign free agents. Like Kenneth Walker, I think will make big money. I think he's going to be the second biggest name in free agency if he hits it.
I think. I mean, fuck, he went over 100 yards and had 3 touchdowns. Once Charbonnet got hurt, they actually use him. That's the thing that bugs me is he's such a good back, but
he's clear cut, number one guy there, but
they don't treat it like it. And I get you're the previous Seahawks, you're limiting the risk of injury, you're keeping them more fresh, but at the same time, it's let him loose a little bit more. Stop. Especially at the red zone, I feel like he just as soon as he does all the work to get to the red zone, and then once they hit the red zone, it's all right, come out, bud. Yeah, he's gonna get a good contract wherever he goes.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's Breece Hall. Breece Hall is gonna get a fuck ton of money. I guarantee you. I think Breece Hall went over 1,000 yards too with how bad that team was. So I think Breece Hall gets paid a lot.
Do you think Kenneth Walker gets more money than Breece Hall?
No.
No.
I think Breece Hall, in my opinion, I think Breece Hall is a better player and the better back. I don't know what you think of it. I mean, Breece Hall went over 1,000 yards. He was 4.4 yards per carry. So statistically, he had his best year. Pure rushing. Had his second highest yard or third highest yards per carry. The receiving was down, but no, I think Breece Hall by far better player.
Yeah, I think
he's a better receiver out of the backfield, and I think that he has not been on an offense that utilizes him the way they should. Like if he was a fucking I don't know, literally think of if he was a Seahawk, I think he would be a monster.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, just compared. I mean, Kenneth Walker's played 2 more games, has 150-ish more yards. Averages 0.2 yards less than Breece Hall does on a carry. He has 11 more touchdowns, which that number could be 20 plus if Zach Charbonnet didn't steal all his touchdowns, but whatever. And then receptions, Breece Hall's got 600 more on about 50 more catches, averages about a whole yard more per catch, and has 7 more touchdowns. So I think Breece Hall is also 24. How old's Kenneth Walker? 1 second.
Probably close to that. Maybe 25.
Kenneth Walker is 25. So they'll both be 25, at the same time at some point because he's freshly 20, and then Brees Hall's like going to be 25 by the new season start. But
To me, I feel like Brees Hall's gonna go to like I really don't know where he's gonna go. Like
yeah,
the Chiefs are one. Like, what if he's a Saint? Like, I wouldn't hate that if he was a Saint. You know what I mean? What if he's a Bear? Do they keep Swift? Do they get rid of Swift? Like,
yeah, yeah. And Swift is fairly cheap for his production that he's getting. I mean, in terms of the top tier running backs, he's getting like what 8 mil a year roughly. So
yeah.
yeah, Chiefs, Saints, Cowboys, even. Javonte Williams is on a 1 year deal, so
Oh, that's
they're gonna
true.
be
Yeah,
looking
they
for a
could.
guy. The only problem is they have all that money. They decide who we gonna pay. Do we pay George Pickens to try to bring him back? Do we pay a running back? The last time they paid a running back a lot of money, it didn't work out greatly in the long run of it. Dominant when
Mhm.
they had him, but does Jerry Jones risk that move with any of these running backs?
Well,
Um,
what's his face could be a free agent too next year. Uh, or this year. Uh, uh, Travis Etienne.
yeah, yeah,
There's a possibility Travis
there's
Etienne
gonna
could
be
be.
going to be
Um,
some good running backs available. Um, I think if I'm the Jags, I really try to keep him. I don't think I try to let him go. He was a very after last year, thinking that he was done, and then this year he basically is like their offense in a sense. Like he became their offense for a lot of times and their
Also,
go-to
what
guy.
happens with Saquon? I was thinking about that. What happens with Saquon? Like, what if you know what's crazy?
I think we keep
Listen
him.
to me, Skinny. Listen to me, Skinny. Brees Hall to Minnesota. You love it or what?
I mean, the thing is if you guys can't draft or don't think you can get a running back, like a decent running back, I could see Minnesota going into the game for a running back too. Like getting one of these free agents because you have a cheaper quarterback, so you take advantage
Yep.
of having a cheaper quarterback and putting the talent around him. The other thing too is Jordan Addison's been getting in trouble with the law a little bit, so Vikings may be looking to draft wide receiver and use free agency for the running back. I wouldn't honestly for all the teams that kind of need besides the Jets at this point. I think I'm not like any team that gets like the Chiefs, the Saints, the Vikings. These teams that are gonna need some running backs. I
Yeah.
wouldn't hate any of them. If any of them for some reason go to New York, I'd be a little bit more skeptical. But if Brees Hall can put up 1,000 yards, I think Kenneth Walker can. Travis Etienne's probably close. He probably could do it too, but it'd be a little less pretty, more pass yards.
I
I
would
think.
like in the dynasty. I would like to either draft or trade for whoever Minnesota gets as their starting running back because I don't think it's going to be Aaron Jones again.
Yeah, his injuries, and he's just old, being older. The
Yeah.
workload is going to
Well,
get
and
worse.
also Commanders.
Mm, yeah,
Commanders are going to need one. Giants, I think, aren't going to. I think the Giants really, honestly, for New York, I think Scattaboo and Tyrone Tracy are a good duo that could last you the next 5 years pretty easily.
yeah. I don't
Um,
unless you want a clear cut guy and then like put Cam into like the 60-40 role, and then you kind of just let Tyron Tracy be there because
yeah.
Cam, I don't think he can just be a three down back type thing and with those injuries, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this free agency goes. But yeah, with Zach Charbonnet getting hurt, the Seahawks are going to have to make a decision on what they decide to do. Packers released Trayvon Diggs. Such a weird thing. They pick him up, claim him, pay him his contract, and then cut him. I don't know
The
what
Diggs
that's.
boys, man.
Yeah, and then my other two pieces of news are um, that doesn't involve like coaching stuff, since we'll get into that later. This one I have saved. Uh, Brandon Ayuk has played his last snap as a 49er, so he will be getting waived or moved in the offseason. What team
I don't,
what even wants to touch this? Are the Raiders desperate enough for it, or
I think it'd be a team that could handle a player of that caliber. So it's got to be a team that's got their shit together. So I wouldn't say the Raiders. I could see. I could see him being like a 49er, or not a 49er, a Chief.
He is a 49er.
I could see him being a Chief.
I was gonna say the Bills until all the fucking chaos that's come out about their owner, their manager, their everything, just how bad things are going. Because I'd say they'd have their shit together with having Josh Allen at quarterback. They need help at receiver, but if they're the next topic that I'm gonna bring up is what they said about Keon Coleman, and um, so they were doing a press conference, the GM and owner, and somebody asked about Keon Coleman, and the owner said, "Can I interrupt? I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon." So like they're making it this,
Sean McDermott's fault.
yeah,
Huh.
because the GM Brandon Bean got promoted, so the owner's trying to bail out his GM now and stuff, and the guy that they just fired basically kind of put it on him, which Keon Coleman still has that potential. It's been up and down, but it's as an owner and GM, it's probably stuff that you probably shouldn't be saying. Not a good
Bro,
look.
Josh Allen has Khalil Shakir, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Brandon Cooks signed in November and kind of went. He was a big play guy for them, but
yeah,
they're gonna need a wide receiver for sure.
yeah, they are. I mean, that'll be interesting. That'll be a good pick.
Pick if they can sign a free agent. Yeah, I just I don't know. Some of these teams, I thought the Bills would be, in a pretty decent situation, but after this conference, I'm like, ugh, like who's gonna want to go head coach that now, and take all the blame if the owner's gonna back up the GM for everything.
Someone will want to,
I think
because
Brian Daboll right now is like the big name for that spot.
you got Tomlin. Or is Tomlin done?
As far as I know, he hasn't done any interviews, so I
Does
think
Belichick come back to the league?
I think some of these guys are also waiting for certain guys, like the Seahawks, Kubiak. Like they're waiting for him to like be done with the playoffs or whatever before they make a move. Because the Bills just finally interviewed somebody to like today. Like it's been, they haven't interviewed anybody until today.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these other teams,
Clint
like
Kubiak was with Minnesota when his dad was there.
yeah, so he's a name that's been floating around, but he's also one of the teams that are still in the playoffs. So like the Rams have a couple of people that are being floated around. So it just makes when
That's
they're
true.
still in the playoffs, it's
It
kind
makes
of
it
hard
harder.
to.
Yeah.
Do I interview these people? Their mindset is I'm trying to win with this team first. So not all of them. Jonathan Gannon was like, I'm ready to take the Arizona head coaching job and coach like ass in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Indiana wins the national championship over Miami, 27-21. Carson Beck throws the game-sealing INT to seal the deal. Undefeated season for Indy, pretty wild.
Dude, no 5 stars on that goddamn team.
Yeah. And then I love that.
Mendoza was like a 2-star, wasn't he?
Yeah, he played at Cal. Wasn't too bad at Cal. Came
Dude,
over.
Heis Mendoza, baby. Heis Mendoza.
He
Honestly, go ahead.
he's gonna. As much as I want the Raiders to not pick him first overall, he's probably gonna go to the Raiders
Oh,
first overall.
it is his first overall pick to lose.
I think I was thinking about it, and they still got Geno for a year. The next draft class has a lot of quarterback talent too coming out. I'm like, trade the first pick away to like the Jets or the Cardinals. Let them take them, and then you get draft capital. You draft a wide receiver because that's what you truly fucking need. You can have any quarterback you want, but if you can't fucking throw the ball to anybody besides Brock Bowers, you're gonna have a rough time.
No, I disagree.
My
I
favorite,
disagree completely.
my
I
favorite
think.
name. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I think Fernando Mendoza is legit. Like, I actually do. You know that I stick on my quarterbacks, and I tell you the ones that I like, and I think he's legit, and I think that he's going to be a decent quarterback. He reminds me of his potential in the NFL is Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff. level player.
Yeah,
That's what he is. Maybe a little bit more athletic, but that's what he's going to be for you, and I think that's fine. I think you can win with that. But that's that's what I think he's going to be. So I
yeah.
think that, and then I think the drop off from quarterback like is pretty significant.
For this draft for sure. That's where I'm all. That's where I'm kind of like if the Raiders, if Tom Brady and the Raiders basically aren't 100% sold on him, like in terms of like, is he really that guy for the long term? Because he's, you have to think. I mean, he he had one good year in college, in terms of this, with Indiana. Before then,
Yeah,
he wasn't like any star breakout player type thing. So it's like the longevity of it all. Do you trust that
that's
compared to
true.
some of like these other guys that next year have kind of been successful for at least maybe 2 years coming into college at that point, or a little bit
So,
longer?
question: would you rather have Fernando Mendoza or Cam Ward? Who's a better prospect?
Oh, well, I think Cam Ward with the having the NFL experience already definitely helps. Um,
I'm talking about going into the draft. Who is a
yeah,
better first overall quarterback? And I can tell you who I think.
just based off this last year with Mendoza, I'd take him over Cam Ward.
100%. Now Cam Ward, I like Cam Ward, and I thought Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward reminds me of like a Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair type player, where he's athletic enough where he can climb the pocket and do some things, but he's not going to kill you with his legs
Yeah,
like like some of these athletic quarterbacks. But I think Mendoza is a true pocket passer. We're going to go in there, drop back, and fucking rip you apart underneath. We're gonna rip you apart. Like he's gonna go through his his
progressions.
what can I think? Yeah, his progressions, and he's gonna rip you apart. And I honestly think wide receivers, like there's decent enough wide receivers in this draft. There's
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be decent enough wide receivers in free agency. Like you can build around them. You're just gonna have to put a little money into it. Like Brock Bowers. Really, if the Raiders want to be successful, I want to see more Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, like two tight ends set. Like why don't let's go back to like 2011's Patriots type shit.
yeah, dude, yeah. That's what a lot of people thought was going to happen too, but it just never
Yeah,
did.
they didn't do it,
Um,
and they
do,
should.
do you think? Do you think that game? Because Beck played decent. I mean, he had his picks, but like, do you think Beck increased his draft capital at all from that game, or
I don't think anything Beck could have done could hurt it. To be honest, like I
where do
do
you
think that it
where do you
did.
think he goes? Do you think he?
Like a third round pick at maximum,
Yeah,
maybe fifth.
I have him at the earliest would be a third as of right now. Clearly, we still have the combine if he does that. If he does that, or a pro day and all that other shit. But right now, I'd throw him at the
I don't
third.
think Beck's bad, but he kind of reminds me like I kind of lump a lot of these college star players into like the same category as like it's gonna sound pretty bad, but like Quinn Ewers type players. Does that make sense? Where I feel like they're stars in college and they
College,
could have
yeah,
the potential. They could have the potential to be good in the NFL, but a lot of them seem like you can tell like the Cam Wards, the who else would be a good example? The Jaden Daniels, the fucking I mean I hate to say it, but the Caleb Williams, like you can tell that star
yeah,
power compared to the other ones. Like even Shadur Sanders, like I feel like he's more a second round pick than a fifth round pick, and he had kind of a up and down. I think he probably is going to be a starter for the Browns this year, but all depending. But like it just seems like you can just tell the actual talent for quarterback compared to the quarterbacks that are going to be backups in the NFL that have run their course.
The Mac Truck Pod said this draft is very mixed postings this year. I disagree. I think him not shaking hands with Fernando Mendoza after the game is not a good look.
Fair.
I don't think something like that's going to ruin his draft stock. Anything like at that point, come the third round, every team's pretty much picked, and it's like, all right, do we take him now? Those type of things. Yeah, right now for me, it's crazy to think that Ty Simpson's like my QB number two coming.
Second best quarterback, yeah. I can't hear you, Skinny. headphone die? What happened? Your cord break or whatever, dude? That's crazy. There we go. I can hear something.
You can hear me?
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I literally have no idea what just happened there.
I mean, I don't know. It is it is a weak quarterback class in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Um,
I your mic's kind of your mic's kind of fucked up. You might need a new mic, brother.
dude,
It's like staticky.
but can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Yeah, it's just a little staticky. Gosh, technical difficulties.
Better?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Again, I disagree with the similar action happened with Sanders. His antics took him from a projected first round second to a fifth. I feel like there was
That's true.
more than just the hand. I feel like there was a lot more that the NFL was doing on purpose than just stuff
Sanders,
like that.
Sanders, I do feel like it was the NFL GM saying "fuck you" to Dion and Shadur, because I actually do think Shadur is talented, and I did like watching him. I think that I don't know if I don't know how Shadur's NFL career is going to be because his rookie year was up and down. And to be honest, being the quarterback of the Browns, I don't really think is a fair litmus test of how good of a
Well, I
quarterback you
mean,
are.
look at some of the quarterbacks that leave. Baker Mayfield,
Yeah, I mean
now a
Baker
top
Mayfield.
quarterback in the league. You know, a lot of
Yeah,
these guys don't get and then those second opportunities are very rare or don't come. So, because of that, um, outside the fact that he is Sanders, his antics did not help. Yeah,
that's true.
agreed. Yeah.
That is true. 100%.
Um,
I don't know. It's going to be interesting too to see how where Carson Beck goes because obviously there's going to be a lot of drama with that. And I don't know, like the offense. I haven't taken a deep dive into this draft class like I did last year's, but to me off the bat, it seems like the offensive talent outside of Love isn't as good as this year's. I mean, they have some decent wide receivers and stuff like that, but I just don't feel like it's
well,
and the
running,
tight end from
yeah.
Oregon's
So
good.
there's quarterback, huge fall off. Running back, huge fall
Huge
off.
fall off.
Wide
Yeah.
receivers, I'd probably say 3 to 4.
Yeah. Carnell Tate.
Uh,
What's the other guy?
Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State,
Jordan Tyson. Yeah.
Tate, and then I think there's one more.
And then tight end, I feel like it's a huge fall off as well.
Yeah, let me look. So we got Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon out of USC,
Oh yeah, Makai Lemon.
and then
Yeah, yeah, I agree,
JC
Mac. The
Concepcion from Texas A&M, Denzel Boston out of
being the quarterback
Washington.
for the Browns would just be terrible.
I mean, hey, if you want to make some easy money, Elijah Surratt if he doesn't declare. Yeah, that's the other part too is we have no idea. Some people haven't declared yet, officially declared. Um, so you can't really. Come April, what we're going to be saying right now is going to be could be 100%
Yeah,
different.
I changed my opinion on the NIL. I don't think that's what's ruining college football is the transfer portal. If you just get rid of the transfer portal and if these guys commit to a school and they have to do it like before, not get rid of the transfer portal, but get rid of the transfer portal how it is now, I think that it would make college football a lot better. And
Yeah,
a lot of
instead of being
NIL does affect NFL talent. Like players are going to come in, and I think it's going to affect it for now because we're feeling the effects. But I think eventually, you'll get a steady stream of players that come in and play in the league. But I feel like we're getting a lack of talent now because of
yeah,
the fact that these guys can make more money than they would in
yeah, you
NFL.
got dudes passing up $3 to $4 million being a fifth round draft pick or later, so they can stay in college one more year and make another 7 to $8 million. Some of those stars. So I definitely understand.
Okay.
I mean,
I have one thing I want to ask you. Who do you think gets drafted higher, Pavia or Carson Beck?
I think. Ooh, shit.
That's a good question, though, isn't it?
Probably Beck.
You think so?
I think Beck will
I
probably
I
win it.
like Pavia, but he's like poor man's Johnny Manziel, man. Like he wants to be Johnny Manziel so fucking bad, but he's never gonna be Johnny Manziel. No one's gonna ever hit the peak of like, I don't even know, 2011 Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Carson Beck's also 6'4", 225, and
Diego's like
Pavia.
6 foot, don't they say? But he's not even that.
Yeah, not. He says he's 6 foot, 207. Like, nah, nah. Ty Simpson just staying at Bama. It came out after their last game. I could have swore he officially decided to declare.
I thought he was too. See, that's the other thing. Everyone keeps him staying. Wait, doesn't the whatchamacallit quarterback have to come out? The one for Ole Miss,
He's appealing it right now, so I'm not even gonna consider him there yet.
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until that gets completely settled, I'm not even gonna bother throwing his name
Look
in
at it,
there
yeah.
yet. It's the WWE football.
It kind of is
All right, moving on because we got to be done in the next like
here in a
40
bit.
minutes because I got basketball tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Broncos defeat Bills 33-30 in OT. McDermott fired. Bo Nix literally an hour after the game. Sean Payton advises Bo Nix broke a bone in his ankle and is out for the season. So Jarrett Stidham is QB1 going into the AFC Championship. Hasn't played like it all this year. Uh,
Uh,
they trust him. They believe in him. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, I would say it would be a miracle if the Broncos made the Super Bowl. In my opinion, it'd be a
Oh yeah,
miracle.
yeah.
I mean, that
But
that Patriots defense, like I know how good the Broncos defense is, but that Patriots defense is going to eat up Jared Stidham.
yeah, the funny thing that I saw was Nick Foles tweeted. Uh, it was a different play. It was like some quarterback run that he did. Um, but Nick Foles tweeted something about like how the Patriots aren't good against backup quarterbacks type of thing.
Nick Foles
So
is like, I have some experience. All right, guys.
yeah, yeah. Stidham start will be interesting. He hasn't had a start in over 2 seasons. Yeah, exactly. For pro starts overall, it is going to be a very interesting what happens with that offense. I imagine
If
there's
they
going to be a
lose,
lot of R.J. Harvey being used. A lot of R.J. Harvey.
oh hell yeah! Well, you're not going to be able to pass the ball. You got Christian Gonzalez on the other side, and he's one of the top tier corners in the league.
Yeah.
And on top of that defense, like it's going to be an interesting game.
Um, Bills lose. Sean McDermott fired. Josh Allen bad mistakes. I'm gonna say it. Uh, Josh Allen can no longer be in the top quarterback talks with how he fucking plays. I don't give a shit. Good quarterbacks don't turn the ball over. They make the right plays. You're going into halftime and you fucking need to get out of bounds and you scramble and throw the ball backwards basically because you're a fucking idiot. Just bad turnovers. Trying to be too much hero ball. It's not working out. Needs
I
if you're gonna be the best quarterback in the league, you got to be better. Can't be doing stuff like that.
I love me some Josh Allen, but
If
I agree. I mean, it's
if
not.
Lamar did that in a game, he would be completely just
Yeah, you're right. You're
yeah,
like they would crucify
yeah,
Lamar. I
exactly.
agree.
Jalen
Well,
Hurts
I
even
mean,
Jalen Hurts had a fumble in a Super Bowl, one
all right,
fumble in a
skinny,
Super Bowl.
skinny, skinny.
Okay,
Let's
but
not
I'm
let's
saying
not
is
let's not put Jalen Hurts
he
in
got.
here with Lamar
But I'm
Jackson
saying is he had one fumble in a Super Bowl and got crucified over it. Josh
and
Allen has
Josh
all
Allen.
these
We're
turnovers.
talking about skinny. We're talking about the grown man's table, the actual MVPs
Oh
of the
my
league.
goodness. Okay. but can't do
Not
anything
a not a
outside of winning
Super Bowl
MVP.
MVP.
But can't
Hey,
do
that's
anything
fine.
outside of winning MVPs.
Tell me when Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen have ever had a team as talented as the Philadelphia Eagles, which we both know.
The
No, don't even.
Ravens just had 9 All-Pro players like 1 or 2 years ago. I don't know what the fuck you mean just as good. 9 All-Pro
Receivers.
players.
All right, Derrick Henry, Saquon. I'm taking Saquon at this point in his career, even though
Right
Henry's
now, yeah,
so
but
productive.
give it 2 years ago when the Ravens were a stacked team. Even though still to this day their team is still pretty stacked, I'd say.
It's good, but
More all
Eagles.
the Eagles had,
Last year's Eagles team, we're talking about AJ Brown, who I think you give
and
him a
guess what?
quarterback
And
that
guess what?
actually is
Jalen Hurts won a
proficient
Super
at
Bowl with
throwing
the
the ball.
team. Lamar Jackson has 9 All-Pros and can't fucking win a Super Bowl. Can't even make the
Hey,
Super Bowl.
two MVPs, and he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Jalen Hurts is not. That's all I know.
All right, we'll see. Uh, I mean, Jalen has a Super Bowl. Josh Allen, and Lamar. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mac, don't agree with him, Mac. Don't fall
And
into the
it's not like
trap.
the Bills have been terrible teams either. Their defenses have been top defenses in the
No,
league.
I will say, Josh Allen, out of the three of them, has had the worst teams around him.
Yeah, I would say out of those three, yes. But he had Stephon Diggs at one point. He's had James Cook. Their defense has been a top defense. It's not like you're getting the 31st ranked defense at some point. Jalen Hurts still made the
Yeah.
playoffs, throwing to fucking Greg Ward and those guys that still made the playoffs. And he's had bad teams and still at least was able to get there and win. So,
No, Jalen Hurts was like barely thrown to like Greg Ward. He always had Devontae Smith, and basically the
a rookie
majority of his.
Devontae Smith.
Okay, and then they
Ooh.
got AJ Brown
The
though.
following
Like
year,
he has
but
had,
his
he
first
has by far had the best pass catchers out of both those quarterbacks.
Arthur Juan couldn't catch a cold last game. True. And the Bills have a history of getting good receiver talent and then shipping them off. Yep. Moving on. Seahawks 41, 49ers 6. Kenneth Walker had his big game with Zach Charbonnet getting out 116, 3 TDs. We already talked about did the Seahawks resign him? Those type of things. Dude,
Scary.
that
That was a
Seahawks
scary,
defense
scary one.
is fucking phenomenal. They're so long, lengthy, quick. It's going to be
Yep.
hard to throw the ball around against them. Um, and of course, we get another divisional matchup because of it. In the NFC
Dude,
title game. It's
the only thing I'd be scared of is I have Sam Darnold at quarterback because that's their weakest link,
yeah. Oh, 100
in my
percent.
opinion.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is the Rams defense has not played like they were. So
No.
it's could be another game of the Seahawks just dicking them down.
They have a
Basically,
185-pounder Emmanuel Forbes, dude.
he didn't play last week.
Oh, he got hurt.
I don't know. I don't know if he played.
Must
What
have been.
the reason?
He's been playing really well this year.
Losing GK screwed the 49ers not having a defense most of the season. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they've battled injuries at the linebacker position. Wide receiver has been up and down. Literally everybody has gotten injured but CMC because of the witchcraft that he does.
Yeah. It's the 5G, dude, and the 5G finally got to him.
Yeah. Patriots 28, Texans 16, Stroud 4 interceptions. At what point do you start looking at CJ Stroud and thinking, what do we do? Is this our guy for the future?
Mr. Bo Bryles made a great point. He said, "We sit there and people glorify C.J. Stroud for one good season, his rookie year, but then J.J. McCarthy, who came in and was 6-4 as a starter, they like bastardize like he's like the worst thing ever, and it's like, or like Jackson Dart's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it's like, well, these are young quarterbacks developing. I don't know how I feel about C.J. Stroud because I like him as a player, but it is so fucking hot and cold.
Yeah. And I thought after last week he'd bounce back, and that just did not happen. He didn't
No.
bounce back at all. I think, and the Patriots defense played a lot better than I thought they were going to in terms of getting to him, and uh, also there was a lot of big drop passes from like Higgins dropped like 2 big ones. Like
Yep.
plays that you have to make, especially when you're wide receiver one's out and it's your time to step up, you have to come down with that. But yeah, Stroud, you can't have 4 interceptions and expect to win a
No.
game. So I know D'Amico Ryan said that he's their guy still. Clearly, I'd still, he's had one really good season, two,
Okay.
okay
Yeah.
seasons. This is next year. This is going to be his. I need to prove it now. Um, bring Nico Collins back. Hopefully, you got all that young wide receiver talent. You need to just get him a line. We'll talk about that too. But the Patriots look good. Drake May look good. They're running the ball well. Um, they were able to contain that defense. There was a lot of pressures for that defensive line, and I mean, shit, Drake May couldn't even hold on to the ball either. Will Anderson caused two fumbles. Dude's a fucking beast. I'm so sad
He
that
is.
that
He is
defense.
really
I'm
good.
so sad that that defense is getting wasted for uh, not making a Super Bowl all because your quarterback threw 4 interceptions. Throw 2 interceptions, you
That's,
probably win the game. 4 interceptions.
that's true.
Last one, Rams defeat the Bears 20-17 in overtime. Caleb Williams had the most insane fourth down must need quarterback touchdown we've probably seen in a while. He's
Yeah.
made for those plays. It's so crazy. You look at his career and like some of those I mean, just last week he had one. Like need 2 drives. I tweeted on the 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 X and was like, Caleb Williams just needs to pretend that every down's 4th and 4 and you're down by 5, and you absolutely have to get that play because he plays like he's
He'd be the best quarterback in
yeah,
the league.
exactly. He'd be the
Yeah.
best goddamn quarter. It was like a 50-yard pass in back corner of the end zone. Very impressive. But the Rams,
We all know that I am not a lover of Caleb Williams, but I will say that his playoff run's pretty impressive.
yeah, no, it and again, he didn't play phenomenal for most of the games until some of those I need these moments. Then he throws the
And
picks. Uh,
yeah,
but
but he played pretty decent. The Bears, I mean, Ben Johnson, without a doubt in my mind, should be coach of the year. I mean, I think he took a team that literally people thought was going to be the fourth in the NFC North, which was still with how how much drama happened in the NFC North was still a tough division. I mean, the Vikings went 9-8.
yeah,
How the hell did that happen?
yep.
Like, I'm still shocked that they went 9-8, won like 4 of their last 5 games. Like, I'm
Because you
like, holy
guys,
shit!
because you guys had Carson Wentz to come in and win 2 of those for you.
Oh my god, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, Bears have a lot to. I mean, they have to look at this season and be like, I know we didn't make the NFC Championship game or Super Bowl, but this is definitely a win for a first year coach and first year head coach,
100%, yeah.
and with that offense you have, Rams. It was cold. They're not good in the cold, but they'll. We'll see. Division rival game, so it should be good at least. Hopefully.
It should be a great game.
So last topic we have this week is, or I guess we have 2. We'll see if we have time to get to both. One of them we can keep one for later, but the coaching carousel. So Stefanski is now the head coach of the Falcons. That one kind of shocked me. I didn't expect him to.
Dude, Atlanta, well, there's 2 things with Atlanta. You don't have a first round pick this year because you traded it to get a defensive player because they had a decent draft once it comes to who they picked up. But Stefanski, I'm telling you this right now. I've always been a big Stefanski guy. I think he did a great job for what he had with the Browns, and the fact that they brought in, Deshaun Watson, and that blew up in everyone's face. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be a good move at the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
Like he
did
was
in terms
like
of his talent.
they're like, holy shit, you're getting a top 10 quarterback, and he's going to come in and change that franchise. Didn't work out. But I always thought Stefanski was a really good offensive guru. He has the best running back tandem. Oh, yeah. Tyler Algier is going to be a free agent this year, too, I think.
Yeah.
So you have Bijan Robinson, by far, without a doubt, 1.1, the most talented, all-around best running back in the league. And I don't think it's anywhere close. I think he's better than Saquon. I think he's better than Henry. I think he is powerful. I think he's quick. I think he's agile. I think he can catch like a wide receiver. I think he can run hard. Great goal line back. Like, I think that Stefanski's going to have fun. He has Drake London, who to me, when healthy, Drake London's might be a top 5 wide receiver. If they keep Kyle Pitts,
Yeah,
like Kyle
free
Pitts
agent.
has the potential to be a top 5 tight end. And you have Michael Penix, who I think is okay. I don't know what Michael Penix is yet in the NFL, but I want to see more.
Yeah, I the only thing with Stefanski was that the Browns they always had a good defense. We'll see what the Falcons. The
They
Falcons
did.
have their moments. We'll see what they can
They
do to
have the
keep it.
potential, though. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a star corner with AJ Terrell.
Yep.
They have decent safeties. They have a good should have a good defensive line on paper. So I think that
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential with that team.
Jeff Haley to the Dolphins
Eh,
with Tua at quarterback. The Tyreek Hill stuff. I don't. That's a team that I wouldn't have
that,
wanted to touch really.
I feel like that's going to be a guy that gets fired in a year or two.
Yeah. Hey, the passive income basically, like I was saying.
Yeah,
Uh, Harbaugh to the Giants. He's now the best coach in the NFC East.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, signs it, takes it
Without a
over.
doubt.
I like that for the Giants. I love the memes of like just Harbaugh meeting Cam Scatterbo for the first time. It's just like somebody going fucking batshit crazy, and you just look down. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
It'll.
I think the Giant, like, I'm not gonna lie, the Giants were must see TV. Like the Cam Scatterbo, fucking Jackson Dart stuff. I know you shit on Cam Scatterbo. I don't give a
I
fuck
do.
if he plays 2 years in the league. God damn it, that's must see TV. Like when you're sitting there watching the man fucking literally spear people in the fucking gut, like watching him the 5 weeks that he was the starter and Tyrone Tracy was hurt was the 5 best weeks of football. Like that shit was awesome. Like sitting there watching him, I was like, oh my god.
I
And then you see him fucking, he's crazy, drinking out of his shoe and fucking.
I honestly, the Giants have a real shot to like be the second best team in that division next year. Now, I think the Eagles
Yeah.
still probably can hold the title for the third year in a row, with is clearly pending what they do. I think it's smarter to keep AJ Brown in terms of money wise, but I mean that defense was good. You lost your number wide receiver number one. You get him back. You'd probably draft a wide receiver this year. You got Cam, you got Tyrone, or yeah, Tyrone Tracy, not Tyrone,
Mhm.
Tyrone, whatever. Uh, then you got
Tyrone
Dart. I
Tracy,
mean,
yeah.
their offensive line played pretty decent. You add that a better wide receiver too, and I think that team is very competent of winning more than we probably expected
I
to win.
I think we might see Malachi Corley as their second wide receiver on that team, and I think it's gonna be fucking awesome.
We'll see. And then Robert Saleh to the Titans. I like that. They needed that
I do
defensive.
too. I
They need
respect
that
Salah.
defense. They need that defensive mindset
Yeah.
after losing Vrabel, who
Mhm.
had that defense pretty knit tight for a while. This is going to help bring that defense back, and you figure out what to do with Cam and get him the pieces he needs and everything, and it'll all come together. Still won't be
I think
the best.
anyone that takes the Giants head coaching job is asking to fail because that franchise, like, they bitch about Rodgers, they bitch about all these fucking things. Like that franchise is cursed. The
You mean
fans are
Jets?
terrible. What?
You said Giants. Do you mean Jets?
Oh, Jets. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
Jets. Sorry, Jets. I think that franchise is cursed. I really do. Like it has fans that hate their lives, hate everyone that goes in there. Nothing's good enough. And once they had Rodgers, I know Rodgers is controversial, but like even what he did with the Steelers this year made the playoffs. Like I still think Rodgers had some juice there. I just think that franchise is so poorly run they can't do anything right. I like Salah once he was there. I think Salah is a really good coach, and I think Salah will actually elevate the Titans.
Well, that defense under Saleh, the Jets was a
Great.
very good defense, and then this year
Yeah.
they were terrible. So
Yeah.
predictions for the opening position. So right now, I think I'm just gonna do the Eagles. I think they get Matt Nagy at offensive coordinator since Bieniemy went.
Gross.
Um, Mike McDaniel, offensive coordinator for the Chargers. That should be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
And then Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for the uh,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. I think
I mean,
Matt
the
Nagy.
Chiefs have not been that good offensively since
Yeah,
Bieniemy, though.
yeah. I think Matt Nagy to the Eagles just makes sense in terms of the like he ran with Andy Reid. A lot of like I mean, you have Andy Reid's background and knowledge, and you put that with this Eagles offense. I think that can definitely help. Um,
Hmm.
my prediction. So for the Cards, I predict Van Joseph, the defense coordinator, current defense coordinator for the Broncos, to end up going to the Cardinals. They need a defensive mind to get that fucking defense right. I that offense is still going to be bad, but if you want to win games, you need a defense to produce and get a defensive minded guy in there. I think Van Joseph will do wonders for that defense.
I would love to see them get a Brian Flores. Same thing. Like, I think Brian Flores, I understand that, like, there was he kind of got blackballed from the NFL head coaching after the racism thing, and how they talked about how he was what they call him? What's that? What's the word that they have? The hires
DEI.
where they have to
Oh,
what?
the not DEI, but uh, the the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, the Rudy rule where they have to do it like he was a hire for that. I actually have a lot of respect for Brian Flores, and I think that he's a really good coach. Like what he's done with Minnesota, and I want to put in perspective, Minnesota never really had any stars on their defense. Like we're talking about Vin Ginkel, who was okay, but never like crazy good. Like he just took players and he just made them work and made them really well. And he took players that like Cameron Bynum, who's like decent, but he was never like a fucking superstar. We never had like a TJ Watt or like a Micah
Yeah,
Parsons. Yeah. Like that. Like Harrison Smith was the corpse of Harrison Smith, and like Dallas Turner, I mean, led our team in sacks with 8 sacks, but really was never anything special. Like I think he can just take an average team and really make them work together. Because I think a lot of defenses just flow.
yep,
Like if you can flow together and like people are in the assignments, like you don't really need a TJ Watt, you don't really need a Miles Garrett, you don't really need that. You can kind of flow a defense and have them play a lot better than they actually are.
yeah. So my speaking of Brian Flores, I have him going to the Steelers. I think he'd be a good fit for that Steelers defense.
And that's where he'll probably go. I
They
mean, I'm
have the
not going to
yeah,
argue with
they
you.
have the they have the talent, but a lot of it
Yeah,
just it doesn't flow
but
together.
Mike Tomlin 2.0, dude.
But it just
That's
doesn't.
all it is.
I know, but it just doesn't. That defense doesn't flow together a lot. Like they have all that talent, it just never comes together. And I think Brian Flores can do that for him.
I agree.
Ravens. I think the Ravens sign Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady. I think after this owner GM bullshit going on, I think Joe Brady's looking to get out now too. And why not go play for or go coach the Ravens and get another superstar quarterback with a top running back in the league and a top offense in the league, I guess too. You know, keep it.
I like the Joe Brady. Like Joe Brady is a honestly like Joe Brady loves to run the ball. And I don't know how much longer Derrick Henry has in the league, but I know that he still like everyone talked about how washed he was and he still rushed for like what 1,300 yards
Yeah.
this year. Like I think he still got something in the tank. So I don't hate that at all. I would agree with that completely.
Um, Browns. I have the Nate Shieldhouse from he's the Rams pass game specialist or whatever. I think he'll go to the Browns. Their defense is good. They need some offense now. Figure out Sanders. Figure out how to utilize those wide receivers they have. Um, can't rely on Fannin to do everything for them. He's been a big name that's kind of come up to be an head coaching position and probably could do it.
Stefanski was an offensive guy,
Yeah, but
like a hardcore offensive
I
guy.
feel like he wasn't bought into the Sanders hype, not hype, but like bought into Sanders.
He didn't want Sanders. He did
Yeah,
not want
so there
Sanders at
was.
all.
I feel like there was some. Uh, I don't know, not everything effort type going on, I guess, and like the wide receivers just were not relevant for much of this. You know, it felt like Njoku and Fannin were, and then of course run game. You have Judkins and Simpson and Ford. I mean, those guys were like the guys. You know, outside of that, Jerry
Yeah.
Judy didn't really do much. It seemed like. Um, so I think if you get somebody that can really help Sanders develop as a passer in the NFL, truly makes
I
sense.
think the Browns would win. Like a win to the Browns would be making the playoffs consistently. And you know who makes the playoffs consistently? Mike Tomlin, baby.
Like so.
Let's let's do it. Let's get back in there. Let's run her
Uh,
back, baby.
yeah, he's gonna go to a team that he for sure knows that it. I don't know if he go to the Browns and stay in the division though. That's my only.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Last two Raiders. I have Jesse Minter, the Chargers defensive coordinator. They need some. They need some help.
I want them to get some hot shot. I don't know what hot shots they have out there. I was hoping they get like a Mike McDaniel who signed, or
Go
you know,
get Sean McDermott now.
yeah, Sean McDermott. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like someone that can bring winning to that franchise. I mean, Sean McDermott would be great for the Browns too. Someone that can just go in there and make them win. Because to the Browns, to the Raiders, making the playoffs consistently is a win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And then the last one is the Bills. I have Brian Daboll. I think he's gonna. I know a lot of teams want him for offensive coordinator, like the Eagles do, but I think he's going to get the Bills job. He's a quarterback-minded guy. He's got Josh Allen now. I think some of those mental mistakes and hero ball play that Josh Allen tries to do, Dayball can essentially fix
Help.
that
Yeah.
in a sense. Like maybe not perfectly, but I think he didn't look good with the Giants. But who does? Who does look good with the
Yeah.
Giants?
This makes me happy that I got rid of James Cook. I want you to know. Because Joe Brady loves him some James Cook, dude. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Dayball. Dayball. I mean, fuck. Do you really want Dayball as a coach again, though?
I wouldn't mind him as an offensive coordinator, but he wants the head coaching job, and
He does.
I feel like the Bills will do it.
Yeah.
All right, college football. We both went 1-0 on the week. Olivia, you went 1-0. Good job. So college, I finished 62-36. You finished 56-42. So over 500, we did it. I don't know what you did last week in your pickups. I forgot to ask you, but I went I'm 6-4 overall. So I went 2-2, I think, or some shit like that.
Uh,
For the playoffs.
I went. I picked Buffalo. I picked Seattle, New England, and the Rams. So I went 3-1.
3-1.
So I am right now
9-1 overall in the playoffs.
So
So
what are we overall?
If you add it to the overall, you're 183-99. I'd be 185-97. So
So I'm getting close.
Olivia went 2-2 last week. So bad betting this week with our pick'ems, Marcus.
Oh shoot, I don't have one that's updated. So it would be who plays on, I guess they both play on Sunday. Who plays the first game?
So it's Patriots at the Broncos at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Central Time. Patriots are favored by 4.5. I think I'm going to take that.
I'll take that as well. And I'm going to take the Patriots to win.
Yeah, I'll take the Patriots to win.
You might have to write mine down this week because I don't have
Rams and Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 2.5.
Oh my God, this is the hardest one of my life. I don't know who to pick because they split the division. Like, they both are very good teams. Like, to be honest, if I had to pick a Super Bowl, if it wasn't division based, I would literally pick Seahawks and Rams if they, you know what I mean? Like that, those are by far the two best teams in the NFL, I think. But I would have to say,
I'm taking the Seahawks. That team just looks way too hot.
I might regret this, but give me the Rams.
Okay, and then do we want to take Seahawks minus 2.5 or the Rams plus 2.5 for sports betting? I'm fine with either.
I'll let you pick.
All right, we'll just go. Fuck, you've been right in the playoffs, so we're gonna go Rams plus 2.5. So $10 would pay you about $26, just under 27. Um, then yeah, AFC and NFC championship games are getting so close to the Super Bowl here. I have to go to basketball, so finish this off. Cheers! Thanks for joining. Thank you for all the comments,
Cheers.
conversation
Like and
topics.
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Follow us anywhere you can get your podcast
Not
needs.
everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify.
All right, brother.